Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fluent Way English, where you learn English effortlessly. We believe learning English can open so many doors for you, making your life richer and brighter. Have you ever felt like you want to grow, to understand more, to simply become smarter every single day? What if I told you that learning English is one of the best ways to actually do that? Yes, mastering a new language literally makes your brain work in powerful new ways. So, if you want to discover how English is a key to becoming smarter, keep watching.
Chapter 1. Welcome. Get smarter with English. Okay, here is the explanation text for your YouTube chapter following your requirements. Have you ever stopped to think, what does being smarter really mean when we talk about learning English? Maybe you think it's just knowing a million words or every single grammar rule perfectly. And yes, knowing more is good. But smarter is something a bit different and maybe even more important for your journey. Think of it like this. It's about how you learn, how you use what you know, and how you feel confident doing it. It means understanding why we say things in a certain way, not just what to say. It means finding smart ways to remember new things, not just trying to memorize everything. It's about using English to understand the world around you better, to connect with people, and to solve problems using the language. When you learn smarter, you start to feel more comfortable. You worry less about making mistakes and focus more on communicating your ideas clearly and effectively. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you learn a new word, like flexible. Just knowing flexible means you can bend easily is one thing. But being smarter with that word means you also know you can use it for things that are not physical, like a flexible plan or a flexible person who can change easily. It means you might notice when native speakers use it and understand the different situations. It's about making connections and seeing the bigger picture of how language works in real life. In this series, we won't just give you lists of words or rules. We will look at practical tips, explain tricky ideas in simple ways, and help you understand the why behind the English language. We'll explore different study methods and how to practice effectively so you can get the most out of your learning time. So, let's forget about just learning more. Let's focus on learning smarter. We're going to discover new ideas and simple methods together, starting right now. Chapter 2. Read simple stories or news. Did you know that something as easy as reading a short story or a simple news article can actually make you smarter? It sounds simple, right? But it's true. When you read simple stories or news, like a short article about animals or a fun little story online, you are doing great things for your brain without even trying very hard. First, you learn new words. Maybe you read a story about a brave knight and you see the word courageous. And even if you don't stop to look it up, seeing it in context helps you understand it. And the more you see and use new words, the bigger your vocabulary becomes, which means you can understand more complex ideas later. Second, you learn new ideas about the world. Reading a simple news article, maybe about a new park opening or a local event, teaches you facts. And reading a story about a character from a different culture can help you understand different ways of life. You discover new things, new places, new possibilities. Think of your brain like a muscle. When you read, you are exercising it, because your brain has to focus, remember information from the beginning of the story, and connect different ideas. And this practice makes the connections in your brain stronger, improving your ability to focus for longer periods and helping you remember details better. The best part is, it doesn't have to be difficult or boring. You don't need to start with a very long or complicated book. Just start with short things, like a short article about your favorite hobby, a children's book that looks fun, or a news summary written for learners. Reading simple things regularly builds a strong foundation. It makes understanding more complex texts easier in the future. It helps you think more clearly and understand different points of view. And it's a simple habit with big results for your intelligence and understanding of everything around you. So try to find just a few minutes each day to read something simple and feel your brain getting stronger. Chapter 3. Listen to easy videos or podcasts. Do you ever feel like understanding English speakers talking quickly is difficult, or that words just blend together sometimes? Well, one really smart thing you can do to improve your English and your brain's ability to process language is surprisingly simple. Listen. And specifically, listen to easy videos or podcasts. Why easy? Because the people speaking use simple words, and they usually talk clearly and not too fast. Think about it. It's not like listening to a super fast movie or a complicated news report. It's content made for understanding easily. When you listen to this kind of easy English, several great things happen. First, you really start to hear how words sound. You learn the natural pronunciation, the melody of the language, and how different words connect together when people speak naturally. Your ears just get more trained to the sounds of English. Second, you learn how people actually talk. You pick up the rhythm, where speakers pause, which words they put stress on. You hear how sentences flow naturally. This helps you understand the natural speed and pattern of English conversation, which is very different from reading. And this is a big one. It helps you understand English faster. When your brain is used to the sounds and the rhythm, it doesn't have to work so hard to figure out each individual word. You start processing longer phrases and even full sentences more quickly. Plus, there are other benefits. You'll often learn new, simple words naturally because you can guess their meaning from the pictures in a video or the context in a podcast. It's learning without feeling like study. And successfully understanding even simple English builds your confidence. So, what kind of things should you look for? Think about easy educational videos on YouTube that explain simple topics like basic science or history facts. Look for podcasts specifically designed for English learners, or perhaps simple interviews or stories where people speak clearly. Videos about simple hobbies or explaining everyday things work well too. The key is to do it regularly, maybe just 10 or 15 minutes each day. Don't worry if you don't understand absolutely every single word. Just try to get the main idea. You can even listen to the same video or podcast multiple times. You'll be surprised how much more you understand the second or third time. It's like gentle exercise for your listening skills. Chapter 4. Try to speak a little. So, maybe you're learning lots of new English words and grammar rules, but have you actually tried speaking them out loud? This chapter, Try to Speak a Little, is all about doing just that. It tells us something really important. Don't be shy. Speaking English is a necessary step to become more comfortable and confident with the language. Think about it. When you speak, you take the words and sentence structures you've learned and you use them actively. It's different from just reading or listening. You have to quickly find the right words in your memory, put them in the correct order, and make the sounds. This process helps make the English in your head become something real and usable. It trains your brain to think more quickly in English, and it trains your mouth to form the sounds. It's like practice for your whole communication system. Many people feel nervous or shy about speaking a new language, and that's totally normal. Maybe you worry about making mistakes, or having an accent, or not knowing the right word. But remember, everyone makes mistakes when they learn something new. Mistakes are just part of the journey. They actually help you see what you need to practice more. Don't let the fear of not being perfect stop you from starting. The chapter gives us a great suggestion. Talk to a friend or talk to yourself. If you have a friend who is also learning English, or maybe someone who is patient and willing to listen, try having simple conversations. Talk about your day, your hobbies, or what you did on the weekend. It doesn't have to be a long or complicated talk, just a few sentences can make a difference. And if you don't have someone to talk to, talking to yourself is a fantastic way to practice. You can do it anywhere. Describe what you are doing right now, like I am sitting here and talking in English. When you're cooking, talk about the food. This is an apple. I am cutting the apple. Describe pictures you see, or just talk about your plans for the day. It might feel a little strange at first, but it takes away the pressure of talking to another person and helps you get used to forming sentences out loud. The key is to start, even just a little. Don't wait until you feel ready or until your English is perfect. Every time you open your mouth and try to speak, you are using and strengthening your English skills. This active step of speaking is how you really start to make English your own and become smarter in the language. So, find a moment today and try to speak English, even just a little bit. Chapter 5. Write short emails or notes. Have you ever thought that something really simple could help you become smarter? Well, it's true. We're talking about writing, but not long stories or difficult essays. We mean just simple things, like a note or a short email. Why does this help? It's a great way to remember new words and practice writing them correctly. When you write words down, your brain remembers them better. You learn new words and you learn how to spell them. So, what kind of simple things can you write? Maybe you need to make a shopping list. Instead of just thinking about it, write it down. Write milk, bread, apples. You see the words, you write them, and you remember them for next time. Or maybe you need to send a quick message to a friend about meeting up. Just write a few sentences like, "Hi Sarah, see you at the cafe at 2 p.m." Or maybe you need to leave a note for your family. "I'm at the library, back at 5. These things are short and easy. You don't need to worry about perfect grammar for every single word. It's just a quick practice. Don't think it's too small to be helpful. Every time you write even a few words, you are using your English. You are making your connection with the language stronger. This simple practice helps your brain. It helps you learn and remember words and how to form sentences. It's a small step, but it helps you get smarter, little by little, every day. Chapter 6. Learn one new word every day. Have you ever wanted to say something, but you just couldn't find the right word? Like the exact word you needed was stuck somewhere in your head? Well, that's a common feeling, and it's why learning new words is so important for improving your English. This chapter, called Learn One New Word Every Day, talks about a really simple but powerful idea. The main point is that learning new words regularly is very, very good for your language skills. When you learn new words, it's like adding new tools to your toolkit. Your English becomes bigger, which means you have more words available to you, and it becomes better because you can express yourself more clearly and understand others more easily. Think about it. If you only know basic words, it's hard to talk about complex feelings or specific things. But every new word you learn helps you understand more when you read a book, watch a film, or listen to a conversation. It also helps you express your own thoughts and feelings more exactly when you speak or write. You can choose the best word, not just any word. But just reading a new word and its meaning is often not enough to really learn it. The most important part of this chapter's message is use them. When you learn a new word, you need to actively use it. Don't just leave it on a list. Try to make the word your own. For example, let's say you learn the word enthusiastic. This means feeling or showing a lot of excitement and interest. Now try to use it in a sentence. Maybe you can say, "I'm very enthusiastic about starting this new course." Or, "She was enthusiastic about the idea." Or even think, "He looks really enthusiastic today." Try to use it when you speak to a friend or family member or when you write a message. When you use a new word a few times in different situations, your brain remembers it much better. It starts to feel natural. Learning just one new word every day might seem like a very small step. But if you do it consistently, imagine how many words you will learn in a week, a month, or a year. One word a day is 365 new words in a year. That can make a huge difference to how confident you feel using English and how effectively you can communicate. It's a simple habit, but it really makes you English bigger and better, little by little, day after day. Chapter 7. Do something with English every day. Have you ever thought that learning English takes a lot of time, maybe hours every day? Sometimes we feel like we need big blocks of time to make real progress. But our chapter, Do Something with English Every Day, in the Become Smarter Every Day series, tells us something important. The main idea is simple. You don't need to find hours and hours. You can make big progress by doing just a little bit, but doing it every day. Imagine trying to study for 3 hours only once a week. It feels like a big job, right? And maybe you forget things before the next time you study. But what if you tried just 15 minutes a day, or maybe 20 minutes? This feels much easier to start, doesn't it? What can you actually do in just 15 or 20 minutes? Lots of things. You could read a short news story or an interesting article online. You could listen to a song and read the lyrics, or listen to a small part of an English podcast or a YouTube video. You could write a few sentences in a simple diary, maybe just about what you did today or how you feel. You could learn and practice using 5 new English words. Or you could simply think in English for a few minutes, describing things around you. The magic is in the everyday part. When you do English daily, your brain keeps working with the language. It keeps the information fresh. You build a habit. It becomes a normal part of your day, like eating or sleeping. And building habits is key to long-term success. Think about it like saving money. Saving a lot one time is good, but saving a small amount every day adds up to a lot over a long period, and it's easier to keep doing. Also, doing a little bit every day helps you feel less stressed. Learning feels more manageable. You see small improvements constantly, which keeps you motivated. Every 15-minute session is a small step forward. These small steps, repeated every single day, become a very fast way to walk a long distance. By making English a small, daily part of your life, you are constantly training your brain. You are opening yourself up to new ideas and understanding more of the world, which is exactly what becoming smarter is about. So don't wait for a big block of time. Just find 15 minutes today and do something small with English. Then do it again tomorrow.